Our crews are working around the clock to ensure that we are doing everything possible to locate the Titan and the 5 crew members.
Time is running out.
The last thing I said to him was Godspeed, and I wished him luck with his dive.
Today, families of those on board given new hope of a rescue.
Crews searching for the sub reportedly heard today banging sounds at 30-minute intervals.
Banging sounds near the wreck of the Titanic.
Underwater noises in the search area.
The biggest breakthrough after 3 full days of searching. Canadian, US and French authorities, as well as private operators, have scoured 20,000 square kilometres, roughly the area of Melbourne and Sydney together, off the coast of Newfoundland.
Searching by sight and with radar, and subsurface with P3 aircraft, we're able to drop and monitor sonar buoys.
5 set off in the sub at 4 a.m. on Sunday. British billionaire Hamish Harding, Pakistani tycoon Shahzada Dawood and son Suleiman, French explorer Paul-Henri Narguillet, and OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush. Halfway down to the Titanic, communication with the vessel was lost.
First, when you are above the surface, we can use GPS, we can use radar, we can use radio. There is nothing like that we can use below the sea. Honestly, it's finding a needle in a haystack.
The sub is designed to automatically resurface after 24 hours, but those on board are bolted in, and as explained by Rush himself, its controls are basic.
We run the sub with this game controller. It's basically a Sony PlayStation style controller. 2
former OceanGate employees had lodged concerns about the vessel's safety 5 years ago. Its ability to go so deep, one of the major factors hindering search efforts.
If your submersibles can find this sub, is there any way to retrieve it and save the people on board?
We have a group of our nation's best experts in the Unified Command, and if we get to that point, those experts will be looking at what the next course of action is.
With less than 30 hours of oxygen remaining, experts say the biggest hope for a rescue now is finding the sub somewhere on the surface.
And they are waiting for a maritime patrol aircraft or surface ships nearby to find them. That's the optimistic scenario I want to believe in.
Frank Owen is a former Royal Navy commander and he's now with the Submarine Institute of Australia. Frank, can you help us understand how and why this banging that's being detected from the area that's being searched, why that is so promising?
It's very promising because this is the protocol that's used by submariners around the world. If they're stuck inside a disabled submarine, their instructions are to bang on the hull of the submarine for 3 minutes on the hour and on the half hour. And the fact that they have on board a French Navy, former commander in the French Navy who's a diver, suggests that he has said this is the way the military will look for you, and if you behave this way, they will know that you're looking.
So does this mean we know where it is?
Well, we know that it was close to a sonar buoy. I don't know how many buoys have been laid in what pattern, but if they do get a bearing of the sound and they miss it at the first time, they've got the opportunity in the next half hour to lay a pattern around that area so that they can then get cross fixes from multiple sonar buoys. What that won't tell them is the depth.
Frank, there are reports a plane spotted a white rectangular object. Is it possible that could be the sub?
That's another very encouraging sign, Hamish, that if they've seen a white rectangular thing, it could be a floating sea container, it could be nothing else, but the fact that this is white, which is not a very good colour if you're looking for something in the sea with the white horses around, the waves, but if it is that's a very encouraging sign.
Frank, in a moment like this, there's a lot of experts speaking, but also a lot of people making commentary that may not be quite so expert. Can you help us understand whether it's possible for them to retrieve this vessel even if they do find it?
If it's where we think it is, which is near the surface, then the retrieval should in fact be relatively simple because it should be the way it's designed to be retrieved. It's launched from the ship with a barge. That barge then sinks beneath it and it floats. The submersible then swims away from the barge. And the recovery is in the reverse. It swims onto the barge, it's secured to it, and the barge is then pulled over the stern of the mothership to be on the deck.
It is a race against time to find the submarine. Only 30 hours left. Frank, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you very much indeed.